All right. Knight c6, and here we go, a very common one. Well, let's go with f5, and a very quick response, which you can definitely expect. Let's play knight to f6. If e5, we can take it. If the pawn takes, we have d5. We see something even different. Bishop g5. Going with the bishops first here. I think it's time for perhaps just e5. If takes, we have d5. Yeah, this is certainly not scary at all. Ooh, queen h3. I don't think anyone needs a reminder here of what's about to happen. Queens do not belong on h3. This is exactly why. Okay, pawn takes. I guess we're going to be taking here. Although, actually, yeah, queen takes c6 I think is perhaps safer. Let's think. Queen takes c6, knight takes h3. We could take that, but I think I'll just play rook b8 to ensure that we win this rook. Bishop e5. We have c6. Okay. Bishop d5. We'll drop back and take it. And that's yet another quick win. Knight c6, f5. The follow-up is almost always knight to f6 next. You're seeing how common e4, bishop c4 is. People are interested in those early checkmates on f7. We know that. So we're ready for that. We know we need to play knight there next. Queen h5 is not really useful. Queen to f3, for example. We haven't seen that yet, but of course, could be played. We'll just play knight probably to f6 in that situation. And, if the queen takes on f5, we have d5. There's a lot of ways I can see us tricking our opponents here. All right, we're going quickly with first move, knight c6. And we see d3. Not the most exciting move. Of course, we still have f5 as an idea. We also have d5. I think at this point, both moves are pretty reasonable. I just happen to think that f5 is a little bit more exciting. So I'm going to play it. And we see bishop g5. I wonder whether we go for d5 at all, whether we play e5. I'm actually kind of looking at playing d5 and moving the king. As crazy as that sounds. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do this. Take with the e-pawn. I'll put my king on d7 on this check. Okay, decides to just hang on to the pawn. And this is fine. This will turn into more of like a true pawn sacrifice. But I don't think we're upset with that. We're gonna have a bishop pair here. Take. It's got to be with the queen. Ooh, yeah. Well, he can't take, so I think that's why h4 was played, but queen takes was required. Get castled here. Of course, we want to castle queen side. I think rook e8. Knight f3, for example, can be taken. Knight h3 can be taken. So we might see queen d2, and then g6, castles, bishop h6. Will win material there. And I think this will also not only stop this, but queen d2, now there's d4. So there's issues everywhere here. We're getting doubled and maybe even tripled up. I think I'm going to start with this move so that you can go here. And now, although you can castle, it's going to cost you a bishop. Now we're up a piece. I think we just need to transfer the forces, meaning knight on c4, queen a4, queen a1 mate. These are the moves that are required. Let's start with the queen because we're threatening checkmate in one. We're threatening checkmate in one. I will be surprised if these get both defended. Although a check is very likely. Perhaps queen f5. It is only going to stop one checkmate. Rook d2, queen a1. That's a good move. Definitely continues the game. That's another move that continues the game. There's a lot of ways to do this. Knight c4 looks good, but this is a pretty clean checkmate on b1. GG. All right, knight c6. We see d4. Here's our d5 move. Queen takes d5 with an immediate threat. Thank you very much. Immediate threat. Let's see how white handles it. These positions are not easy to play. Knight f3 is a way to guard everything. And then we're very quickly going to play e5 before there's really a chance to respond. Not to mention, you have to guard the d-pawn. You play a move like knight c3, like c4. I'm taking a free pawn. Thank you very much. A highly effective opening. Winning on move 3. It doesn't get better than this. Dongmi, I can say right now, our count is at 19. So we're one download and install away on the first Isekai goal. And I don't see your name. I see a few names here, unless you were the anonymous one. So perhaps it is affecting, but no, you just need to download and install as far as I know. Obviously playing through, doing anything, interacting with the game in any way for an extended period can only and does help. But for the install goal, it really is downloading and installing the game. All right, knight c6. We can pre-move it because we know it's our first move, no matter what. Well, queen to h5. I suppose you can imagine these moves are not the most effective here. However, this one looks like a position where knight f6 and d5 is easy to imagine. It sticks with our theme very well, and e5 is not really a move. Plus, you know that anyone who goes for Scholar's Mate is absolutely and categorically not interested in trading queen. That's the best part. Now, how is knight here? I think this is actually a bit tough to react to. Bishop b3. Okay, it's gonna allow us to play knight c2. Yeah, bishop b3, we had maybe knight d4 there. Although this looks weird, I'm trying to rescue that knight ASAP. Save him. Get him out of there. In the good way. This is the good kind of get him out of there. Knight on a1. Bring it back to b3. Nice. We already won the game. 10 moves in. I mean, queen h5 is just not going to be effective. We know that the two main plans for us are d5 and f5. Perhaps this prevents both, but knight f6 and d5 I think is just nice and simple. And Black's completely fine here. White's a cheap nothing from the opening. It's like I'm just way ahead in development here for no reason. All right, knight c6. Pre-moved because it's our first move no matter what. So may as well pre-move it. Knight c3. This is not quite the Colorado counter gambit, but it's something of the sort. We need 2. I think d5 makes sense. Ooh, now this will be particularly nice because a nice tempo. Queen e3, fast way to lose the game. Queen d3 I think is a bit more likely. Now we can take on f5 here, and I actually think we should. There are other moves to consider. It's annoying we can't take with the bishop, but that's the reality. Let's take with the queen. Okay, it's almost like we're being baited to capture on that square. So perhaps we won't fall for it and instead just take our great position. We're up a piece here, so I'm happy to do that. Nothing to complain about here. Another great opening, ladies and gentlemen, from start to finish. And actually h3 helped trap the knight. That's the reality. Now there's no h3 square. So we win another piece. Time to move this. I guess we can put it on g3. Nice and safe. Oh, that move is not nice and safe. That move is also not nice and safe. I'm actually going to give a check first. But yeah, that bishop is not on a safe square. This is one of those positions that you really wish that there was a checkmate here. There's nothing by force, but I think it is possible that we do get one. Now, if we put this knight to g3, however, we have checkmate on g1, and that looks like something that is a guarantee because white is excited to give this check. Now, if it doesn't happen, notice this bishop also covers h3. So all we really need is this bishop to move, and now we have the ingredients for checkmate. The only thing we don't have is checkmate because it's covered. So after rook here, of course we can take with mate coming next, but naturally king f7 is a bit more satisfying. And that puts us at the big 600. So knight c6, move number 1, no matter what, against everything. Against everything. It works well. It's worked well so far. Perhaps we'll be informed that it does not work that well, but we're not at that level yet. So far, so good. Take it one step at a time, one building block at a time. You made it to the end of another episode in the one knight c6 speedrun, an opening that we can play with the black pieces against anything. Subscribe to the chessbrah channel if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you do not miss our next upload. And of course, leave a comment down below if you're enjoying this series.